Here's something that happens to men constantly. A woman is interested in them, and they completely miss it. She's sending signals. She's creating opportunities. She's doing everything short of holding up a sign that says, "I like you." And he walks away thinking she was just being friendly. On the flip side, some guys see attraction everywhere. Every smile is an invitation. Every laugh is a green light. They misread basic politeness as romantic interest and end up embarrassing themselves or worse, making women uncomfortable. The problem isn't that attraction signals are impossible to read. The problem is that most men were never taught what to look for. They're trying to decode a language they never learned. Today we're going to fix that. I'm going to walk you through the specific behaviors women display when they're genuinely attracted to someone. Not theories, not guesses, observable, consistent patterns rooted in psychology and biology that show up across cultures and contexts. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for. And more importantly, you'll understand why these signals mean what they mean. Let's start with something that happens almost immediately when attraction kicks in. The self-presentation shift. When a woman is attracted to you, she becomes more aware of how she appears. This is usually unconscious. She's not sitting there thinking, "I need to look better for this guy." It just happens. Her brain recognizes someone she's interested in, and her body responds by trying to present itself favorably. What does this look like in practice? She might touch or adjust her hair. This is one of the most documented attraction signals in behavioral research. Hair touching increases dramatically when women are around men they find attractive. It serves multiple purposes. It draws attention to her appearance. It's a self-soothing behavior that calms nerves, and it's a subtle form of priming. She might adjust her clothing, straightening her shirt, smoothing her dress, checking that everything is in place. Again, this isn't calculated. It's her subconscious making sure she looks her best. Her posture often changes. She might stand or sit up straighter. She might angle her body toward you rather than away. She might position herself so you have a clear view of her face rather than her profile. The key insight here is that these behaviors are comparative. She's not just touching her hair because she touches her hair. She's touching it more around you than she does around others. The signal isn't the behavior itself. It's the change in behavior when you're present. You might also notice her checking her reflection if she passes a mirror or window while you're around. Or she might apply lip gloss, check her teeth, or make small adjustments to her makeup. These are subconscious grooming behaviors triggered by the presence of someone she wants to impress. Another version of this is wardrobe awareness. If you see her repeatedly and notice she's putting more effort into her appearance on days she knows she'll see you, that's not coincidence. She's dressing for an audience of one. Here's something that confuses a lot of guys. Attraction doesn't look the same in every woman. Some women become noticeably nervous around men they like. Others become more confident and outgoing. Both are attraction responses. They just manifest differently. Let's talk about nervous attraction first. When a woman is attracted but nervous, you'll notice fidgeting, playing with jewelry, adjusting her clothes repeatedly, touching her face or neck. Her speech patterns might change. She might talk faster, stumble over words, or laugh more than the conversation warrants. She might have trouble maintaining eye contact, looking away frequently but then looking back. The nervous response happens because attraction creates internal pressure. She cares about the outcome of the interaction, which raises the stakes and triggers anxiety. Symptoms. It's actually a compliment. She's nervous because you matter to her. Confident attraction looks different. A woman displaying confident attraction might hold eye contact longer than normal. She might initiate playful teasing or banter. Her body language opens up rather than closing down. She takes up more space, gestures more expressively, and seems genuinely at ease. The confident response tends to come from women who are comfortable with attraction or who feel secure in the interaction. They're not anxious about the outcome. They're enjoying the experience. Here's the important part. Both responses indicate attraction. Don't make the mistake of only looking for one pattern. Some women will be nervous around you. Others will be more confident. What matters is that their behavior shifts from their baseline when they're around you specifically. There's also a third response, the hot-cold pattern. Some women fluctuate between nervousness and confidence within the same interaction. They might be bold for a moment, then retreat into shyness. They push forward, then pull back. This inconsistency isn't mixed signals. It's attraction she's trying to manage and not quite succeeding at. If you want to know whether a woman is interested, sometimes the clearest signal comes from her friends. Women talk. When a woman is attracted to someone, her friends usually know about it. And those friends often can't help but react when the person she's interested in is around. What does this look like? Her friends might glance at you when you enter a room, then look at her. They might whisper or exchange knowing looks. They might suddenly find reasons to give you space, going to get drinks, stepping away to take a call. Anything that leaves her alone with you. Sometimes it's more direct. Her friends might ask you questions about yourself, essentially vetting you on her behalf. They might bring her up in conversation, highlighting positive things about her. They might even create situations where interaction is natural, like suggesting everyone move to a different location that happens to put you closer together. Pay attention to how her friends behave when you're around. If they seem unusually aware of you, if they're watching interactions between you and her, if they're facilitating rather than blocking, that's often because they know something you don't. One specific signal to watch for. If she steps away and her friends immediately look at you and smile, or if they seem to be discussing something while glancing in your direction, there's a good chance you're the topic of conversation. Friends also test you. They might ask questions that seem random but are designed to see how you respond. They might challenge you mildly. They might even be slightly cold at first to see if you'll stick around. If you pass the test, suddenly everyone warms up. They were gatekeeping on her behalf. When someone is attracted to you, they want to know you, not just surface-level small talk. They want to understand who you actually are. This manifests as questions. Not just what you do for work, but how you got there, what you enjoy about it, what your goals are. She might ask about your family, your childhood, your passions, what you do in your free time, what matters to you. These aren't interview questions. They're attempts to understand the person behind the surface. The key indicator. She remembers what you tell her. If you mention something in passing weeks ago and she brings it up later, that's significant. People don't remember details about people they're indifferent to. Watch for callbacks. If she references previous conversations, remembers your preferences, or follows up on things you mentioned, she's paying attention. Attention is a resource we only spend on things we value. Mirroring is another powerful signal. When people feel connected, they unconsciously imitate each other. If you lean forward, she leans forward. If you take a drink, she does too. If you cross your arms, she crosses hers. Mirroring extends to speech patterns, energy levels, and emotional tone. If you share something vulnerable and she responds with vulnerability, that's emotional mirroring. This synchronization creates connection and signals attraction. You can even test it. Make a subtle movement and see if she follows within a few seconds. If she does, her body is responding to connection, not conscious thought. When a woman is attracted to you, she invests in conversation. She asks follow-up questions. She introduces new topics. She shares about herself. She lingers instead of leaving when she could. She reopens conversations that are winding down. Text conversations follow the same pattern. She responds in ways that invite continuation. She sometimes initiates. She keeps the exchange alive. Compliments also change. Attraction-based compliments are specific. They reference things you said, how you handled a situation, or a particular trait she noticed. Playful teasing often functions the same way. Women don't tease men they're indifferent to. Physical touch is one of the clearest signals, but it's subtle. A touch on the arm. A brush while passing. A knee that doesn't move away. These touches test comfort, build intimacy, and release bonding hormones. The key is escalation. If touch increases over time, that matters. Context and personality matter too. The signal is difference, not the act itself. Here's the most important rule. Single behaviors don't confirm attraction. Patterns do. Clusters do. Consistency does. Look for multiple signals appearing together and repeating over time. Trust patterns over moments. People differ. Culture, personality, and environment all affect expression. That's why baseline matters. Watch how she behaves with others, then notice how she behaves differently with you. Eye contact deserves special attention. Prolonged gaze, looking away then back, smiling while holding eye contact. These patterns signal attraction. Pupils dilate involuntarily when someone is attracted. Physical proximity matters too. People move closer to what they want. If she positions herself near you, angles her body toward you, or maintains proximity as groups move, that's meaningful. Accidental proximity often isn't accidental at all. Use this framework. Self-presentation, behavioral shifts, social signals, curiosity, mirroring, conversation investment, compliments, touch, eye contact, proximity. No single signal confirms attraction, but multiple consistent signals create clarity. The goal isn't analysis paralysis. It's awareness. Awareness helps you avoid missing real interest and misreading politeness as attraction. The final piece, become the kind of man who generates signals naturally. Confidence, purpose, authenticity. When you're that man, signals are frequent and obvious. And don't weaponize this knowledge. Use it to respond with respect, pursuing when interest is mutual, backing off gracefully when it's not. That's how real connection is built.